from the style cultural aspect, on a personal note now, this is kind of this third topic is a cry for help, Jess. It's
Oh.
how how do we learn how to dance? So I'm a male, admittedly. And one of the things from my end, and there are a lot of males that are really great dancers out there, and there's some that aren't. Same thing as women. You know, it doesn't matter your sex, your culture, your race, religion. You're either born as a dancer or not. You know, and I love music, and I love going to people's events. You know, weddings, bar mitzvahs, you know, whatever, galas, and I do the shuffle. You know,
Can
that's
we
what I
see it?
got. I got the shuffle. And sometimes you got the arms with the shuffle. I call it the white man shuffle. And you know, you white guys, you're laughing at this right now. But it's like this, you know, and it's just no matter how old you are, you do the shuffle or not. Sometimes your arms are involved with it, sometimes it's side to side, sometimes it's front and back. That's all. For some reason, the music we hear, it's right away the shuffle goes. Get us out of the shuffle, Jess. Please help people bring dance to the world. You know, there's been break dancing, there's salsa dancing, there's the Macarena, there's the chicken dance, you know, like, but in all seriousness, like I've gone to clubs, you know, I sip on my ginger ale and I'm watching people and they're fantastic dancers. And I'm so envious. And I'm saying, why can't I dance like that? Why can't I have these gifts, please? So, Jess, how did you become a dancer? What's the secret? Were you born with this? And help people dance. Let's bring dancing back to society again.
Oh, my heart. This warms my heart talking about it. Yeah, dance has played a really, really, really big role in my life and who I've become, the people in my circle. So very thankful. A little story. When I was 4 years old, I told my parents I wanted to be a figure skater. So, they're like, okay, great. Yeah, let's go sign you up. And, my parents were new to the country. They didn't really know much and there weren't really many connections. So they found a place. I don't remember where it was. We were previously living in North York. And my parents came to me. They're like, Jess, you know what? Unfortunately, all the classes are booked up. And before I can even let them finish, I started crying. I was like, no, this is my dream. I was 4 years old. I don't know what I was thinking.
And how old were you
Um,
roughly? How old were you roughly this
four.
time?
I was
Four. You were
four.
four.
Like,
Okay.
how do I know what I want when I'm 4 years old? And so they're like, wait, but hold on, we'll offer an alternative. How about we sign you up for dance classes in the meantime? And then once something opens up, then we'll be more than happy to get you in figure skating classes. Because essentially, it's an art form where there's a lot of movement involved, right? You're on skates. So I'm like, you know what? Okay, cool, let's do it. So my parents signed me up to ballet classes. I remember it was by Young and Steels. And I jumped in. I don't remember how I was when I was younger, like the music would turn on, but I remember when I was in the classes, I was obsessed. I was obsessed with my dance teachers. I would look at them like they were God. Like I was like, oh my God, you're so amazing, please. So I started doing ballet when I was 4.
Wow.
And then I just fell in love and I never brought up figure skating to my parents ever again.
Yeah.
I really loved what I was doing. My teachers were phenomenal, my studios, and I kind of just jumped around from year to year. There's not one style that I specialized in. I was very versatile, we can say, and I just loved everything. Once again, we go back to learning. I love learning, and I was like, oh, let me try all these styles and see which one works best for me, right? And growing up, we traveled a lot, my family and we went to the Dominican Republic, to Cuba, to Mexico. So when we were on vacation, we were always dancing as well, right? So when I thought of dance, I thought of good, happy moments, and that's where it all started. And when I was in grade 12, I essentially graduated from my dance school. Mind you, one of the owner of that studio that I stayed with the longest, she's a fitness instructor at the gym that I go to. So I used to take classes with her when I was little. And then now my mom takes fitness classes with her at the studio. So it's wonderful. It's lovely.
Small world. It's such a small world.
Yeah. So just taking lessons often. And then I remember when I was 19, I started going salsa dancing on Thursdays. I don't know how you knew that. In Yorkville at Babalu. Are you familiar with Babalu?
I've heard of Babalu, yes.
Yeah. So every Thursday I was there. And that's where I really learned the importance of letting go and allowing someone to lead. Because when you're social dancing, whether it's salsa or anything, bachata, you really have to just get into the groove, listen to the music, and allow someone to guide you. So that's when I kind of got out of the whole studio, learn choreography type of environment to free flowing, natural type of movement and dancing.
So hearing this, I'm getting inspired. I'm thinking to myself, I'd love to go take lessons, love to learn, and I'm sure other people hearing this say, and if you ever check out on Jess's social media, there are clips of her dancing out there. It's world class level. So you're watching that, you should be inspired to want to do that yourself for sure. So anybody of any level, age right now, listen to this saying, I hear you, Jess. So I'm going to level with you. I got no talent. I got the drive, but I got zero talent. Where the heck do I begin? What do you
Yeah,
think?
so first of all, I'm sure you've got the talent. You've maybe just never explored it, right? I've been dancing my whole life, so for me it's first nature. You said you do the shuffle, so I assume you've got some rhythm. And if you don't, I
That's
mean, when you're looking for a studio or an instructor to teach you, I think that's one of the most important parts of learning how to dance is getting that foundation. One, learning music and what it's telling you, and two, being able to take that and then add movement to that. So I would say learn the basics. The basics will literally take you anywhere as long as you've got the basics down pat. You're good to go. So
okay.
um, get in touch with an instructor. A lot of classes are happening online. So grab a few friends, get a space, whether it's in your living room, I don't know, in your basement, and start taking classes. And I'll be honest with you, it'll feel very awkward when you begin. You're like, wow, what am I doing? What's my body doing? And once you do it consistently, you'll start to actually understand your body. And that's the power of dance. You really get in touch with yourself, with your body in a way that you never have before. So yeah, I would say get started. I'm more than happy to share some studios or some people that I know. I know, things are closed right now, but there's some phenomenal studios downtown Toronto. I'm up in Vaughan. There's some connections that I have up here as well. So I'm more than happy to share those contacts. And I would say allow yourself to really feel like a 5-year-old kid who's just starting something for the first time. Dance and music are such wonderful things, and the whole point is not to be serious, right? So if you don't know what you're doing, no problem. And I remember when I was teaching Zumba a few years ago, I used to always tell my students, guys, even if this is your first time or your 10th time, you're here for yourself. Dance in whatever way it feels good to you, but just make sure you're loving it as you're doing it. So, Jay, back to your question. I'm more than happy to teach you, but I would say start learning the basics, the foundation. And once you get that, you'll be able to take that anywhere. I had a friend of mine, her and her partner, they were getting married. They wanted to learn how to dance. And we really focused on the basics for a very long time because I'm sure when you said you go out to bars or clubs. When I go to Russian restaurants with my parents, everyone's doing the same movements. It's side to side. And it changes because someone lifts an arm or someone starts turning, right? So once you've
Right.
got the basics, you're good to go.
I'm loving this. Well, I already have it now. So now we have it out there in cyberspace that I'm going to be getting dance lessons instructions. So that's pretty cool. So I've already won from today, certainly.
We're going to
Now,
hold you accountable to that.
uh, there's a long list of people holding me accountable. Trust me. My life is just accountability, pretty much. And you brought up another point, which I'd like to, before I jump to my next point, is our names, our handles are underneath. So as people are watching this, and certainly we encourage you, please, that any topic resonated with you. If you have any questions for myself, for Jess, we'll have our handles. Please reach out to us at all. Comment below as far as on video. Generally, if you have any feedback, you wanted to share your thoughts, you can reach out to either of us directly or both of us to say hello, thank you. If you have any questions, that's great. And we really appreciate that, Jess, you offering your expertise. My thinking with the dancing now, when you're putting this, I have a 3-pointer for you. So the person
Mhm.
starting off, they have the option. They can go on YouTube on their own and just kind of try to pick it up. They can get one-on-one instruction. They can get find an instructor or doing the group class. What do you think of those 3 approaches for somebody beginning?
I really think it depends on what the person is hoping to get out of the experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
For me, dance is a very social thing. So for someone who likes to socialize, who likes to feel, the experience with other people, I would suggest doing the group classes. If we're talking about salsa, for example, even during the group classes, you're still learning the basics and the foundation of how you should be stepping. And then when you're doing what we call partner work, now you're dancing with someone. It's wonderful to see some studios. I had one of my best friends, she was dancing at a studio. It was CDC. And she was saying how at the end of class, they would all take turns dancing with one another. So it wasn't like you don't need to have a partner or a best friend who's coming to you. And that's the beauty of it, is you literally don't need to know anyone. I used to go dancing by myself. I didn't know anyone, and I would just meet people. And I think a really wonderful thing about that was, because there aren't people that you know, I mean, you may run into someone, but you're not holding yourself to some expectation. Oh, I'm going to embarrass myself. These people are going to watch me. I'm going to screw up. Everyone's
Right.
in the same in the same position. Everyone just wants to learn how to dance. You're laughing. You're laughing at yourself. You're like, oh, what am I doing? And even though I've been dancing since I was 4, I still make mistakes when I dance, right? Like
Right.
on stage or when I'm social dancing, I think someone wants me to do one turn and I do another, and I just laugh it off. Like, it is what it is, right? So
Love
once
it.
again, if you're looking for the social aspect, I highly recommend the class option. However, you know, if you have some sort of event, you have a wedding coming up, and you really need to get things done quickly in a short period of time, hire an instructor to teach you, right? And if you want to feel a little more comfortable before going into the class, watch a
Mhm.
few videos just so you understand, okay, what's the music. And to me, for example, listening to salsa and bachata, there's a difference in the music.
Maltrata.
Bachata or merengue or salsa.
Sorry, I butchered that one bad.
No, that's okay.
You
That's
have the
okay. And I always
you rolls off your tongue. I can't do it.
as a Spanish. Or you know, I always ask my students, can you tell what the difference is? And they're like, no, right? So that's the beauty of it, is you're learning the difference, you're starting to pick up, you're understanding what the instruments are. So it really, at the end of the day, depends on what it is that you're hoping to get out of the experience. And I think being able to share dance with other people is just such a beautiful thing. I
Love it.
clearly can't stop talking about
That's
it.
okay. That's why we are talking about it. And there are a lot of people out there that do want to dance, do think about it, and hearing your words, and your experience of how you went about it, that could inspire somebody to say, you know what, I'm hearing you. That sounds like a lot of fun. Maybe I will jump into it, and maybe I will finally give it a try. And if you think of it as like, I love how you said that, like there's no pressure. You could just go and jump into it, choose any method how you want to do it, and go achieve something that you've always wanted to do. And it doesn't mean you have to be great at it. Maybe you'll suck at it forever. That's fine. It doesn't matter as long as you're enjoying it. But to me, it's a bigger springboard to the greater scheme of life. Because the way you're expressing dancing and how your attitude and how you're connecting with people, I think you'd be a very different person today and how you approach your life, that because you had dance in your life versus if dance had never come into your life. And that's
Amen to
where,
that.
what's that?
No, I said amen, like 100%, 100%.
Thank you for enjoying today's episode of the Chosen Life podcast. Go ahead and hit the subscription button below and the notification bell to catch all of our great shows. And remember to contact the Chosen Lawyers when you are ready for your next real estate and commercial transaction. Go to kormans.ca.